Lately, you may feel unusually tired after being around people, not physically exhausted, but drained in a quiet, subtle way. You spend time with others, and afterward you feel the need to be alone, not because you are angry, not because you dislike them, but because something inside feels overloaded. This can be confusing. You may start questioning yourself, wondering if you are becoming distant or emotionally unavailable, especially if you used to enjoy social interaction. There was a time when conversation energized you, when connection felt easy. Now, the same situations feel heavy. Small talk drains you. Crowded spaces overwhelm you. Silence feels safer than noise. This change does not mean you dislike people. It means your sensitivity has changed. Awakening does not only shift how you think, it shifts how you perceive energy. When awareness deepens, your nervous system becomes more responsive. You notice tone of voice, emotional undercurrents, unspoken tension, things you once ignored, you now feel. This increased perception requires energy. Before, your system could stay numb. Now it is present. Presence takes effort. This is why being around people feels different. It is not that others have changed. It is that you are no longer blocking their emotional states. You may feel their stress, their restlessness, even when nothing is said. This creates fatigue, not because you are weak, but because you are open. Openness without boundaries is exhausting. Many people think this means becoming antisocial. But this is not about personality. It is about perception. Your perception has widened. Wider perception means more input. More input means a greater need for rest. At some point, you realize you prefer fewer interactions, not because you judge others, but because calm feels more valuable than stimulation. Before awakening, stimulation felt exciting. Now it feels noisy. This does not mean stimulation is wrong. It means your relationship to it has changed. Certain conversations feel especially draining. Complaints, drama, repetition. Your body reacts before your mind does. Tension builds. Energy drops. This is not intolerance. It is discernment. Your system is learning what it can hold and what it cannot. Awakening often removes emotional armor. That armor once helped you function in misaligned environments. Without it, you feel everything more directly. Directness is honest, but honesty can be tiring. You may start feeling out of place, not because you are better than others, but because your rhythm has changed. You move slower inside. You react less. You listen more. This creates imbalance in social dynamics. Many people communicate through urgency. When you no longer match that energy, interaction feels draining. Another reason you feel tired of people is because your attention has turned inward. You are no longer seeking validation. Connection becomes a choice, not a necessity. Choice carries less urgency. Less urgency feels slower. Slower energy often clashes with fast-paced environments. Your body begins asking for space. This space is not rejection, it is protection. You may feel guilty for needing solitude. But solitude is not avoidance. It is regulation. Right now, regulation matters more than connection quantity. Tiredness is information. It is not telling you to reject people. It is teaching you to respect your limits. Limits are not walls. They are guidance. Awakening does not remove love. It refines it, and refinement often begins with distance. Feeling tired of people after awakening does not mean you are rejecting connection. It means the way you connect is changing. As awareness deepens, your nervous system becomes more selective. You no longer absorb everything automatically. Before, you could stay present without noticing the energetic cost. Now you feel it. Every interaction leaves a trace. Some interactions nourish you, others drain you quietly. This is not judgment. It is sensitivity becoming conscious. Awakening increases perception. You sense emotional tone beneath words. You notice when people speak from anxiety. You feel unresolved tension in conversations. Your body registers these signals instantly. This constant registration requires energy. When energy is spent unconsciously, fatigue appears. Many people believe social exhaustion means something is wrong, but exhaustion is simply feedback. It tells you how much your system can hold. After awakening, your system stops numbing itself. Numbing once helped you function. It allowed you to stay in environments that were not aligned. As awareness grows, that numbness dissolves. You feel more. You process more. This is why interactions feel heavier. It is not that people have changed. It is that you are no longer buffering their energy. You may also notice that certain dynamics exhaust you more than others. Conversations driven by complaint, interactions fueled by urgency, relationships based on emotional exchange rather than presence. These patterns pull energy outward. When your inner focus shifts inward, outward pull becomes tiring. You are no longer seeking stimulation to feel alive. Stimulation once filled a gap. Now the gap is closing. As inner stability grows, external input becomes less necessary. This reduction can feel like disinterest, but it is actually independence forming. You are learning to generate steadiness internally. When steadiness comes from within, external chaos feels louder. This is why crowded spaces overwhelm you. This is why constant interaction feels draining. Your system is recalibrating its baseline. What once felt normal now feels excessive. This recalibration often happens gradually. At first, you may push against it. You may try to socialize the same way as before, but your body responds with fatigue. Fatigue is not failure, it is guidance. Another reason you feel tired of people is because your sense of identity is shifting. You are no longer defining yourself through roles, through reactions, through social performance. Without performance, interaction becomes quieter. Quiet interaction feels unfamiliar. Many social environments rely on emotional intensity. When you no longer participate in that intensity, connection feels uneven. You may feel like you are giving more than you receive. This is because you are holding space rather than exchanging energy. Holding space is demanding when done unconsciously. This is why boundaries become essential. Boundaries are not walls, they are filters. They allow you to choose when and how to engage. Awakening teaches discernment. Discernment is the ability to sense alignment. Alignment feels light. Misalignment feels heavy. Your tiredness is simply pointing to misalignment. It does not mean you should isolate completely. It means you should engage intentionally. Quality becomes more important than quantity. Few interactions that feel honest nourish you more than many that feel forced. This shift may temporarily reduce your social circle. That reduction is not loss. It is refinement. Refinement creates space for deeper connection. As you learn to honor your energy, fatigue begins to soften, not because people change, but because your relationship to engagement changes. You stop overextending. You stop explaining. You listen to your body. Your body knows what pace supports integration. Integration requires rest. Rest allows awareness to settle. And when awareness settles, connection becomes simpler, not louder, not more intense, but more real. Feeling tired of people does not mean you should isolate yourself completely. It means you are learning how to engage differently. This phase is not about cutting everyone off. It is about choosing connection with awareness. Right now, your system needs clarity more than quantity. You do not need many interactions. You need honest ones. Honest connection feels calm. It does not demand performance. It does not pull energy. During this phase, it is important to listen to your body. Your body will tell you when interaction feels supportive and when it feels draining. You do not need to explain this to everyone. You are allowed to say no without justification. You are allowed to leave situations that overwhelm you. This is not selfish. It is self-regulation. Awakening requires energy. If you give all of it away, there is nothing left for integration. Integration happens in quiet moments, in rest, in space. This is why solitude becomes important now. Solitude is not loneliness. It is a container for alignment. When you spend time alone, your system recalibrates. You release emotional residue. You return to yourself. As this happens, your tolerance for misaligned interaction decreases. This is not rejection of others. It is honesty with yourself. You are learning what kind of energy you can live with. This learning takes time. There is no rush to rebuild your social life. Let it adjust naturally. People who resonate with your new pace will appear gradually. They will feel easier to be around, less demanding, more present. Until then, it is okay to keep your circle small. Small circles protect integration. As you honor your limits, fatigue will lessen. Not because you force yourself to socialize more, but because you stop overextending. Over time, connection will return in a different form, quieter, simpler, more grounded. You will still care about people, but you will no longer lose yourself in interaction. Awakening does not make you cold. It makes you clear, and clarity naturally reduces noise. If you are feeling tired of people right now, Trust that this phase is teaching you balance. Balance between connection and rest. Balance between openness and boundaries. This balance will shape how you relate to others moving forward, not from obligation, but from choice. And connection chosen freely is always more nourishing than connection forced.